this is an add-on to the last episode. Hi, Thomas.
Hi, Nathan.
We did a podcast about a couple of weeks ago now.
Right.
Titled "Time Is Everything." Episode 2. Shit happens. So you could call this the PS or postscript to that. So this is episode 2.5. Shit happens. PS is basically what you're gonna figure out here.
PS, not BS, right?
Right. Right. Well, there's plenty of BS in it, but that's another story altogether. Or that's what she'd like us to believe, anyway. Let me know when you've had enough.
Me or the audience? Just kidding, folks.
The audience. You don't count.
I thought I does.
That teach you to be smarter.
I thought I does.
So anyway, last time we were talking about your wedding, pending wedding, and we were talking about some of your brilliant moments. And I started to tell a moment and I lost it.
That's right, yep.
So this is that story. You and I were going on the way. I forget if it was to or from, because so much shit has happened in the past week, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But we're to or from Friendly's with your fiance following us. And I believe it was on the way from heading back to your house after your fiance departed to go where she goes.
Yeah.
So you and I were talking, and I think I told you Eric Bowling of Fox News Channel fame, off of the 5 and cashing in those shows.
Yes, yep.
He got audited by the IRS, and he thinks it's connected to the fact that he's been one of Obama's harsher critics. Now, that's his wording on it, not mine. I'm just retelling that story so you know where we are. So we were talking about that, and I had said to you that he had been audited, and his thought was that he was audited because of what he was saying about Obama. And you said to me, well, does he have any proof that he was audited? It's like, the fact that you have to spend like a year going through all the stuff.
Paperwork and stuff?
Yeah, all the paperwork and stuff. I'm quite sure that there's proof that he was audited. So that was one of your more brilliant moments that we were talking about before. So sorry it took so long to get back to that, but there's the story. So there's that. Now there's some medical stuff that I want to talk about here too. That's very quick. We had mentioned last time your cousin Jenny. She had a knee injury of sorts.
Yes. Or Sarah had a knee injury.
Sarah?
Yeah, she had the knee injury. Jenny had a foot, what do you call it, like a calf muscle injury or shin injury.
Okay, because originally when I had talked to you, we said that it was something with her knee. And
maybe at one point in time.
It was because she went running and something.
Right, happened. Yeah.
So let's follow up on that. What happened then?
So she was running, and I think she probably wasn't used to, that kind of level of exercise. She hadn't done it in a long time because she did mostly ballet for a time, but that was years ago. And so she was just getting back into the routine, and probably from the feet pounding on the ground and the asphalt out here, because she told me she used to run on track in school. It's a little better surface.
Yeah.
And also probably related to that due to not having like proper running shoes.
Right.
So it was just, some freak injury where she probably, was pounding a lot, and then the ground wasn't level enough, and it just, I don't know, something happened and muscles spazzed out and things like that. But she's fine now. So after, what was it, like a 3 week ordeal, I think, with crutches.
I think it was like a 3 week ordeal, if I remember correctly,
Yeah,
because it was 2 weeks with the crutches and one
yeah,
with the problem.
yeah, and multiple doctor visits. But she's fine now. Right before we left for our trip to Hawaii, she was good to go.
That's good. Now, you said something about your
Yeah,
fiance
yeah, my
having a
fiance
knee
Sarah. Yeah,
problem. What happened
yeah, that
there?
happened when right before we went to Austin, Texas, to go apartment hunting.
Uh-huh.
Since I'm going to grad school out there next month,
Right.
and yeah, she doesn't know exactly what happened. I think she told me she was just bending down to pick something up,
Uh-huh.
and her knee popped really, really loud, her
Uh-huh.
right knee,
Yeah, that's never good.
and she couldn't get back up. She had to like prop herself up using her bed and things.
Yeah.
And then the pain kind of dissipated over time,
Right.
but she felt good enough to continue on with the trip. She was just leaving her house.
Right.
This was hours before she left her house to come meet me at the airport.
Right.
So that was kind of scary when I heard about that, because I saw her kind of limping a little bit, and I was like, "What's wrong, honey?"
Right. Right.
Yeah. So I guess, audience, be careful with your legs and knees. Don't overexert them, I guess, huh?
Well, I could have told you that, but
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we talked about in the full episode of
Right,
this that the girl told me to have a chair and
right.
owie.
Mm,
So, which, by the way, my knee's been acting up something awful for the past 2 weeks because of all the damn heat.
yeah,
I mean,
no.
it was like 91 degrees while you were gone most of the
Yeah,
days,
yeah.
if not 100.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but hey, it beats Las Vegas, and they were topping at about 130.
Yeah, well, we had a connection in Phoenix, and it was probably at least 110.
Yeah.
When we passed through there, what was it? I think on last Friday, and then this past, no, the Friday before that, and then
Right.
this
past
past Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, sorry. Work week does it to you.
Well, as long as that's all it does.
Yeah, right.
So, now we also talked about my dad
Yeah,
having a need for open heart surgery.
yep.
Well, now I can tell the story of what happened. Yeah, I'll be very succinct about this. Feel free to ask any questions
Okay.
once I'm done. Basically, my dad was born with a faulty heart valve, um, and it was supposed to have three flaps.
Mm-hmm.
He was born with two,
Hmm.
so he was missing a third flap. So they were talking for a while since his first heart attack and stuff that they might need to replace that. And then they went to um, the uh, point of needing the surgery for that and the aneurysm in the aorta.
Mm-hmm.
The aorta being a blood vessel, for those who don't know, because I thought it was a valve as well, but no, it's a blood vessel that runs through the heart. So they did the surgery. They took him in like the week after we recorded this thing last time,
Mm-hmm.
and he was in the hospital for 2 weeks, including surgery time. And what happened was he went in, and they did a test on him that they'd done the month before. So we're talking May. They did this test initially, and this test was to see what the blood flow was coming through the heart, and it's supposed to be about 65%. It was going through his heart at 43% at the time in May that they did the test. In a month's time, they went back and they did it again in June. In June, they found out that he was down at 23%. So his heart was literally giving out on him. So he had the surgery the following Monday, this past Monday, and he, not this Monday this week, but the one before.
Right.
So that would be like the 24th ish, thereabouts.
Yeah.
So of June. So he got the surgery, and while they were in there, they found out that the aneurysm in his aorta extended down into the root of the aorta. So the whole aorta had to be replaced in addition to replacing that heart valve, and they used cow parts uh, for his uh, replacements. Uh, and so uh, now the next time when he has a steak or a burger, it's going to be slightly cannibalistic. Yes, I got him to laugh with that joke. It's been approved by the patient, so.
Feel free to laugh, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that was kind of the extent of the jokes that I've done about it, because it is a serious operation. And for those who don't know, you gain weight from it. So he gained about 10 to 15 pounds from the surgery to build up a fluid, and he's now beginning to lose that. And he looks fine, all things considered. But it's one of those things that, he was self-conscious about it, so he didn't want visitors for a little while and stuff, but now he's beginning to open up to the idea of having visitors, and the first visitor is going to be your dad. And then it will either be his friend Rob, Blanchflower from work, or my godfather, who's known his whole life, basically. So that's kind of where he sits right now. Do you have any questions on that?
Yeah, how's he doing as of today?
As of today, it's one step forward, one step back. He he was discharged from the hospital on Sunday without having showered by himself, but he walked the 500 feet that they require, to be able to walk and climb 2 flights of stairs, which is their requirement for what they need to see before they send you home. So he got off of his time served in the hospital, if you will, for that. So he came back Sunday afternoon of this week. And this is July 3rd that we're recording this. So the Monday or Sunday prior to July 3rd, which would be July 1st. So anyway, he came back, or no, I guess it was
the 30th of
30th of
June.
June. Yeah. So he came back on Sunday. He's he was kind of mopey and tired the first day. Understandable. Major surgery, you're going to be tired.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And Vicodin and the rest of it to treat the thing. Lovely.
And exactly caffeine.
Yeah, I've said if he has any left over, I'm taking them so I can deal with the doctor that we have as the physician, which I talked about in the last one.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's back. He felt okay enough yesterday to go for a couple of walks with me from the top of our driveway down to the bottom of your street and back. And we did that 2 times, once in the morning, once in the afternoon, or evening rather. And he said he was going to do it again today, but he didn't feel up to it, because it's one of those things. You do something, you push a little bit, overexert yourself, you fall back the next day. You get better the next day, back and forth, back and forth.
That was me, my tonsillectomy surgery.
Yeah. And this is what's going to happen for the better part of the next 3 months while he's home. And I'll give you an idea of where my mom's at with that. I can't use the language that she used for it, so I'll have to keep it cleaned up a little bit. But we're driving back from the hospital to our home, and my dad was saying, I want I want ice cream so that it will soothe my sore throat because he had the breathing tube down his throat and
Right.
it strained his vocal cords and stuff. So he's going, well, I want ice cream to help fix that. So my mom said, well, I anticipated that that was going to be a request of yours, so I got you some juice pops that are in the freezer at home.
Yeah.
So my dad goes, well, there's a difference between the rich, creamy feeling going down your throat as opposed to the watery feeling going down your throat.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my mom's all jacked up on nerves at this point because of having to keep the dog off of him because the dog lets jump on his chest. So,
Right.
we have to worry about that. So, basically, he can't hang out with the dog for a month or two. So anyway, he was giving us a list of stuff to get while we were out getting him ice cream and so forth
Yeah.
and so on, and showing his drug orders from the doctors,
Mm.
prescriptions, whatever you want to call them.
Mm-hmm.
I call them drug orders because that's what they are. But
Right.
anyway,
Yeah.
so anyway, they would drop him back at the house, and we'd go out to get the food. And as we're pulling into the excuse me, CVS, the parking lot. We had to go to CVS because our uh, pharmacy was closed.
Yeah.
So we had to go to CVS. So when we went to CVS, as we're pulling into the parking lot, my mom's going, that Evan so and so is, driving me nuts. He's already bitching and whining. I said, hey, look, this is just the whining stage. It's still manageable. Wait till he gets to the bitching stage. uh,
That make her chuckle a little bit at least.
yeah, that diffused it, but it was one of those like, hey, effing asshole.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. I think it's tough because she probably wanted to make it a kind gesture, right? And
Well,
all she gets is complaint from it.
well, no, it's like she tried to be helpful and anticipate something that he was going to
Right.
need,
Right.
and then she gets shit on for it verbally. So, and then, so anyway, that's that. Any other
Yeah. So it's
question?
taking it day to day then.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really
Day
all
at a
you can
time.
do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, any other questions?
Is he
Yeah.
able to eat regularly too?
He
Oh, that's good.
he had a veggie burger when we visited him in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I saw him after the surgery, and because I wasn't allowed in there while he had the tubes in.
Yeah.
He had to have all the draining tubes removed and the
Yeah.
breathing tube removed before I was allowed in.
Yeah.
So
Probably
I
first
got in
shock.
at the end of last week to see him,
Yeah.
and he he was eating a veggie burger when I saw him, and so that was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Had the veggie burger. So veggie burger. Now he said to my mom, oh, you're gonna have to get me veggie burgers to eat while I'm out of the hospital. And I said, bullshit. He don't like veggie burgers. He likes meat. Which is why that joke that I told earlier about it being slightly cannibalistic when he
Unless
eats
he's a
his
little
next burger or steak is funny.
unless he's gone a little sympathetic now that he has the new
Yeah, right.
bovine parts, huh?
Yeah, well, that's utter nonsense. So,
Oh boy.
so
Jokester in the house tonight.
yeah, so well, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
That's what she said. Just not the first time.
No, my gosh. Double play.
So that's also what she did.
Oh my
So we've got him eating lasagna and stuff that was made for us while he was out of the house, and he's eating ice cream cake like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I was going out for ice cream with your dad in the next few days, so.
Yeah, so he's got some escapes then, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I think
that's important. Yeah, right. That's probably what he wants to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, there's some stuff with the incompetent doctors that I could talk about, but considering I may need a doctor at some point during this thing, I probably shouldn't be saying.
This could go global and viral. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, but I guess I can blame the secretary more than I can blame the doctor on this stuff. For
Yeah.
those who don't know, if you file a disability, short-term disability claim, they give you medical forms that you need to fill out saying why you have that claim. And basically, the short version of this is that the doctor hasn't filled out the forms and the deadline has passed now. And the doctor doesn't get back from her vacation until next week, which is after the 4th of July. So all hell's broken loose in the
Yeah.
house, and there's questions about whether or not he'll have the job because of this thing.
It's
So
awful.
yeah, so I mean, don't trust doctors to
Yeah.
do things on a correct time
Or
scale.
or insurance people.
Right, right, and make sure that you stay on top of both of them because that's the only way you're going to keep your sanity.
Yeah. I think it's probably like a blessing and a curse, but one of my favorite things is being able to manage my own accounts online
Yeah,
for your health and insurance and stuff these days. That way you can double down on them if you notice something already going on or you receive something in the mail that is not quite correct.
right,
You're being
right.
charged $500.
Right. Well, my mom got a letter from the IRS saying they was still owed money on taxes,
Wow.
and it turned out that we didn't actually owe the money,
Yeah.
but the IRS thought that we did for some reason.
Wow.
So, yeah, lovely thing, and I'm sure that doesn't relate back to this podcast where I've said a few things against Obama, but so I just Shepard Smith. I said that deadpan.
Yeah.
So anyway, we should probably get out of this podcast since we're going on at the mouth now.
Oh my gosh.
So thank you again for listening, and to everybody that said we're praying for your dad, that we're sending positive energy his way, all that stuff. Thank you for the kind letters, words, phone calls, emails, text messages, etc. And yeah, I'm sure at some point later this summer we'll do another one of these and have another full episode of it. So with that,
Sounds
I'm
good.
Nate Taves.
And Thomas Sawyer.
Thank you for listening, and see you on whatever the next show is.